everybody, this is your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast Show. You guys are in for a very, very special treat. This is gonna be a unique episode, a dynamic episode, y'all. Stay tuned, stay with us. This is gonna be impactful. I'm excited to have a very, very special guest. This is family, y'all. This is the family episode right now, right here. We about to do it big, about to go live. I'm excited. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this message serves you in the best way possible. This is gonna be dope. All right, here we go. Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I'm going to do something a little bit unique here. Hailing all the way from the Caribbean, me and my brother, y'all, we are Cruisin' Gold. Help me welcome to say Jah-malie Douglas.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, big bro? Hey, y'all. He is a working man. He's a busy professional, hardworking father, an entrepreneur at his core. And so I wanted to do something special for him. Since me and my brother, we are from the Caribbean. So we right? We cruising, right? So I wanted to bring some cruising spirit to this episode. So I got some music for him that I think he's going to appreciate. So we're going to vibe out a little bit. This is the music we come from. This is what we listen to back home. I hope you guys really like it, but we have to represent right now. So this is great. This time I'm here, right, bro?
Oh yeah, you know it does.
So this is dope. This is like back home when they get on the tunes, they be like, yeah, for like an hour. Yeah. But thank you all for tuning in to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. We are vibing right now. I got my big brother, y'all, Jah-malie Douglas, coming to the stage. He is a serial entrepreneur, family man, hardworking man, businessman, and veteran. So, bro, from me to you, I want to say thank you for serving our country. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And same to you, because you're a vet too.
I am a vet, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. We did our time, man. We did our part, and then we gave it back, and now it's time to give back to us, right? And this is how we serve in this environment. So, brother, we talked about earlier this week, diversifying your portfolio, and you called me out. You called me out. You were like, "Hey, man, what's something that you're doing that's really changing the industry?" And I said, well, I gave a very broad and general statement, right? It's like diversify your portfolio and diversify your investments, right? And that was the thing. And so you said, well, dig a little deeper. We are in a pandemic. We are in a recession right now. And so I had to really go into my toolbox here and point out, I said, and realize that in this pandemic, people are looking for unique ways, unique ideas for investing, unique things to do with their money. And so with that, I wanted to share it with you guys what my brother and I, we mastermind all the time and we brainstorm all the time. Right, bro. And you're doing some things. You're doing a lot of different things, especially with a family. He gives the family aspect, which I love, right? Because you have to make better decisions. You have to make different decisions as a family man versus a single man. And so that's the perspective. That's the dynamic we're rolling with today. And so, bro, one of the things you did is investing in real estate, right? How would you say that investment has turned out for you? What do you feel about that?
Okay, so, like you said, we're from the Caribbean. And one of the big things that people from the Caribbean do is buy land. Like we like to buy land and pass it on and pass it down and stuff. So I saw an opportunity, or I can't remember what it was. I think my wife actually had brought up the idea of doing an auction, and we had looked before, right? And at that point, I don't know what kind of turned us off from doing the tax lien or tax sales, but we didn't do it. But this time we went ahead and we pretty much pulled the trigger on it, and we bought the property that was next door. And it was kind of perfect timing because there was an ugly blue house bringing down our property value right next to ours. and I guess the guy had passed away, and the family, I guess, got tired of paying the taxes, and they bulldozed the house, so it was just the land, and they stopped paying the taxes, and that, I mean, it's terrible for them, but it was a blessing for us because I ended up going, and we bought it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I wanted to point out, y'all, that's huge, right? That's a huge move. And from the Caribbean, we were always brought up with, you gotta own land, you gotta expand your territory, you gotta own land for legacy. That's legacy building 101 for us. And so my brother and his family did something very powerful, and you don't hear about it too often unless you pay someone is $2,000 master class, right? And not to say that there's a negative stigma with those or you shouldn't do those, because I've invested in seminars and stuff like that. My brother has and his family has as well. So there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to kind of dig a little deeper and you got to know what you're investing in. And so that was huge. And he expanded. So my brother and his family expanded on the land that they already owned. And so the house next door to them was vacant, and they were able to purchase it at auction. And now their territory, their expansion goes from this big to now this big, right? And now they're able to build, and now they're able to do a couple of things like build a secondary home, right? That's an investment, investing in yourself. That's part of your portfolio now. That's part of their portfolio. Is now they have to not only stocks and bonds and mutual funds and 401k plans and pensions if you still have those, but now land, raw land, earth. The one asset in the world that we're not making more of is land, right? We're not making any more of that. And so my brother and his family took advantage of a unique opportunity, a rare opportunity that they're able to now capitalize on. How's that land going for you, bro? How does it feel?
It feels amazing to know that we own something. Now, there is a stipulation to it when you buy it at the tax auction. The family in Georgia, they have a year to basically decide if they're going to try to get it back from you. So we don't technically own it until a couple months from now, like I think it was July. And they have that year to decide if they want to do it. And if they do, they pretty much they have to pay the amount that we paid to get it, to clear those taxes, any taxes we've paid since, which we have, and then 20%, if I'm not mistaken, penalty. My biggest thing was I don't feel like we could lose either way because we'll get the money back if we don't, plus penalties and fees. And if not, it's something that, like you said, that could start a legacy for my family. Because my big thing to me is I want my name to be synonymous with good stock. I want the Douglas family name to mean something. And I think it's a good start, you know?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Give him a round of applause, y'all. Give him a round of applause. That's major. That's major thinking right there. That's huge. That's huge, right? And so great concept. That's something that my brother is doing. My brother is doing a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal father and a great family man, a businessman. One of the things I learned in the pandemic in regards to real estate is to kind of even the playing field. And I'm going to just share it on the screen with you guys here. But one of the things that I realized is that real estate is one of those rare finds that is hard to get into because of the amount of capital that's traditionally needed. And so I found several different companies, numerous different companies. But one of the things I've recently added to my portfolio is a company called Fundrise. And so Fundrise is an investment REIT and a real estate investment trust. And what this company does, if you're like me, or if you think anywhere near like me, is I'm a passive investor. I don't like very much engagement. I don't like a whole lot of interaction on my investments. I do have those. I do have active real estate that I actively participate in, but I also have real estate that I don't actively participate in. And that's also a part of my overall portfolio. So this is my actual login. And I'm showing you guys on the big screen here. And so this is my portfolio. So this company takes Obviously, it's a small amount of money, right? This is not something I've dove a whole lot of money into, but I just want to see what it does. And so I actually invested $500, and over the short time that I've had this REIT, it's diversified my portfolio into several REITs. And so right here, you see the growth E-REIT, growth, uh, growth E-REIT part two, income REIT, and it's diversified across these different asset classes. And these are actual real estate projects, right? This is actual real estate. And if I click on this portfolio tab here, it shows me the actual projects in real estate that I'm actually invested in. So I have a stabilized apartment that I invest in Odessa, Florida. I have a stabilized apartment complex in Georgetown, Texas. And so these 49 projects comprise the investment portfolio, the small portion, obviously, because this is a $42.6 million deal, right? This over here is a $25 million deal, a $33 million deal. So my money is a small portion of these, but it's still invested in all of these 49 projects. And so this is something that people can get into if they want to invest in real estate, or they're sitting on capital and they're sitting on excess funds that they're not necessarily utilizing right now, and they can invest in real estate, and get in the game, so to speak. And so I wanted to share this along with what me and my brother are doing, things like this, right? So if you ever was on the fence about investing in real estate, or wanted to get in, or wanted to know what I can do with my investment capital that I may have, didn't cost a lot. Again, $500. Most of you should have received this in a stimulus some way, shape, or form throughout the course of the year. And so if you're sitting on capital, don't necessarily know what to do with it, here's an investment strategy that you can do and invest in these projects and take a look and see if this is something you're willing to do, and have your money grow for you, while you're looking for your next big break, or while you're looking for your next deal. And so one of the things I always try to consider is I always try and earn more than the average inflation rate. And the current inflation rate for 2021 is 2.26%. So if you have your money sitting in a savings account, or checking account, or a money market account, and you're not earning over this rate, you're losing money. And so my goal with any investment, if I am out earning this, right? If I am out earning this, that's a unique goal. And so that's one of the things I do that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that really helps. What do you think about that, bro?
Okay, so this is for the people who are like me, because I tuned out a little bit when
You
you start
good?
throwing
You good?
numbers at me. When you start throwing numbers, I'm a simple man. I like to keep things simple. That's why I'm not for stocks. First of all, like, I'm scared of,
Right.
because I've heard a lot of horror stories, and they say, hey, you should do this, or you should invest that way, or this, because of your current situation, or they want to base it off of your retirement age and all of this. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to it. What would you say to people that just want to keep things simple, and just start somewhere? Or maybe even those who think that, $500, you know what I
Right.
could do with that? What would you say to those people?
Absolutely. So with those people who aren't big on numbers, I always say start with the Dave Ramsey mindset and start saving that emergency fund. And so another cool thing that I use is called Digit. It's an application that stores away money for you, without you thinking about it. And how this app works, and I'll show you a web page again on the big screen. So no numbers, right? I'm getting away from the numbers, right? And so 'cause my brother he doesn't like that, right? So I'm gonna get away from the numbers. And so
Uh,
Digit, this app, what it does is you link it to your bank account, and it automatically transfers money from your checking account, your linked account, to not an investment account, but it just stores it away for you for a rainy day. And how this app works is what it does, it has an algorithm and it looks at how you spend. And it looks, okay, on the first of the month, you typically pay your mortgage, on the middle of the month. So it goes through your entire bank account history because you're linking it to your bank account. And the algorithm figures out, based off of how much is coming in and how much is going out, this is how much you have to save. And so what this app does automatically is it takes little bits out of your account and moves it to a separate account that you still have access to. It's not hidden, it's not squirreled away anywhere. You still have access to this money, but it takes it out of your, or out of the visual, because if I see it, I'm gonna spend it, right? That's how some people are, and I get like that sometimes. But this is a unique app, and it doesn't take what you're gonna need, right? It never takes, like, it's not gonna take $500 from you, right? It'll take $2 here, it'll take $5 here, and it just squirrels that money away for a rainy day. This is a unique deal breaker. And when I first started looking for something to do, I started with this. And so this is a unique tool. Again, it just squirrels away money, and you can even allocate it. If you want to get fancy, you can allocate it. What this money is going to do. If you want to start saving away for investments, for future investing, like I did, you can do that. And you can separate a different category for it. If you want to set away for retirement, you can do that. Right? No investing. This isn't going to take your money and invest it in stocks. It just squirrels it away for you for a rainy day. So how's that sound, bro? How does that help?
Okay, so see that I could rock with that stuff like that. I'm good with, because I'm like you in the sense of I want passive investments. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to be like I'm not a day trader. You know, my active income is working. I want the rest of my money that I'm putting away to be done just passively, to make money while I'm sleeping and do that. So stuff like Digit and Acorns, I could do. I actually do Acorns, and I have my retirement account and all that. And so that's perfect. What
Perfect.
about the actual active engaged investing though? What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on doing it? Should you, like, does it take a special kind of person or what?
So that great question. The active engage investing, I say go for it, right? Invest in your future. Invest in something that is gonna pay you. Again, I recommend anything over the inflation rate. So if you're beating inflation rate, you're doing better than most people. But someone who wants a more active role, you can look at things like, I have another platform that I use, and I'm gonna share my screen here with you, and
Okay.
it's unique. And so it's still passive in a sense, but it's not as passive as hardcore real estate, which my brother and I both do. But this is called Pear Street. Pear Street is another real estate investment platform in which you can invest your money into different allocations of real estate. So again, it's real estate that we're dealing with, y'all. I you can tell by the amount of time I spend looking at this stuff, you can tell I love real estate, but I don't like getting too hot and heavy. But here's a deal. Here's an upcoming deal in Hawaii, right? And what this does is 7.5%. So your money, you invest in this deal. So they have a goal. So this company has a goal that they're trying to hit. And they have $616,000 that they're trying to raise for the purchase of this real estate asset. And so, and they're telling you, when you invest your money, however much you invest, is going to earn 7.5% on this deal. And the core thing to keep in mind is your money is going to be locked up in this deal for 18 months. And they have variations of it. They have 18 months, they have 23 months. So this is a little bit more active. It's not hardcore real estate, right? I'm not cleaning toilets at this property. I'm not dealing with tenants or landlording, but I'm still an investor in this property, and it actually gives you the address of this property. And it's telling you, it's giving you the percentages. Again, we're doing pretty good if we're earning at 7% for this deal, right? We're doing pretty good. And one of the unique things about this is it gives you the characteristics of the borrower. So what's the credit score of the borrower? What type of property? It's a single family residential. So lien position. Are you first, second, or third? right? And then how long is your money going to be locked up? 24 months. So this is not money that you're going to need in a couple of weeks or a couple months. This, you have to understand that this money is going to be tied up in this real estate investment deal at Hollywood, Florida for 24 months minimum. It can go longer, but at a baseline minimum, if everything runs smooth, this will be locked up for 24 months. What I like about Pier Street, again, this is Pier Street. What I like about Pier Street is that you earn money, you earn interest on this money every single month. So if you put $1,000 into this deal, you're going to earn this 7% every single month, and you're going to see that 7% hit the allocation account that's set up in here every single month. So every single month, 7% of your money that's invested in this deal for the duration of this deal, every single month, you're going to see that 7% hit the allocated account. Now that's cool. Here's my negative with this this app is it's not compounding. So typically, there's a difference between compound interest and simple interest. This money earns interest on simple interest, not compounding. So if you invest $1,000 at 7%, you're going to earn the same percentage every single month. It doesn't go up because your contribution hasn't changed. Your investment doesn't change. So that's the negative with this deal, but it's still outpacing inflation. So that's what I have for that. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more involved in your investment strategies. How is that, bro? How does that help?
Okay, so I like that, and I was gonna ask you about, so 7.5. If they say this is the amount, that your return on investment is gonna be, that's it, and this is how long I'm gonna have your money, and that's it. So it sounds like a real estate CD almost. Is that right?
Basically, yeah, you got it. Yeah, give
Okay.
him love. Yeah, we winning. See, I knew I could make him tune back in. He said he was going to tune out, y'all. I got him. Woo!
Okay, I like that.
Super dope, bro. You was involved. Oh, we got a question from the audience. Miss Aisha Plaskett asks, "What happens if the deal falls through? Do you get your money back?" So Aisha, great question, wonderful question. So if the deal falls through, remember, this is still investing, and with any investment, the real estate has a potential to fail. And so because there's a potential risk, because it's an investment, all investments have risk. And so when you do your research on this investment property, so great question. So I'm going to minimize your question, Aisha, but I'm still going to answer your question. So one of the things you have to research, and they give you access to this, is you have to research each individual deal. So you have to take a look at the deal and see what the parameters are. Again, they give you a lot of information about the deal. So let's take a look at this one in Los Angeles, California. They give you the credit score of the borrower because the company is lending your money to this organization. Again, it's a single family deal. It's locked up for 24 months, but there's a learn more button here. And so if you click the learn more button, they're going to give you a slew of information on this deal. So they give you the pictures. Sometimes there's more pictures of the property. They give you the annualized rate of return, which is the same return that 7% for 23 months. But then you scroll down, you actually get the name of the borrower, right? The name of the company that's lending the money. Pier Street has a fee that they collect. So they're collecting their fee, and that's how they come up with your interest rate that they're going to pay you. And they give you a lot of information about the company. They give you the address of the property. Again, the loan amount. And then again, this is an investment. So the deal has a potential to fail. And so any investment has a potential to fail. So that's why as you invest in these real estate deals, you have to be prepared. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? We don't know what the market is. Right now, the market is turned upside down, right? People are selling off houses. And so this investor, let's see if it tells us in this one. Because sometimes they tell you what the investor is going to do, whether it be a flip or a buy and hold and a cash out refinance or whatever the deal is going to do. So this is an acquisition. So the real estate investor he's acquiring this real estate. That's why he needs the money. The loan strategy is a light construction. So he intends to take this investment and he's going to build this property. So if just looking at the picture, this looks like a mess. So he's taking this money that we're lending him and he's going to acquire this property and then he's going to do some light reconstruction on it and his projected rehab budget. So how much he's projecting to fix it up for, and then cash into closing, how much he's going to need to close the deal. And so they give you all of this information so you can make that investment decision for yourself and say, yep, I want to put my money in this. Typically, what he's probably going to do with this deal is he's probably buying this real estate deal so he can fix it up, and then refinance, right? He's going to go to the bank. Once the property is in good condition, once it's livable and it looks pretty and nice, he's probably going to take this property and he's going to go to the bank and say, bank, I have this property. It's beautiful. I'm ready to sell the property with all these repairs. And he's probably assuming that he's going to make a significant amount for this property. So he's probably fixing it up for 500,000 and he's expecting to make, let's say, 800,000. And then he's going to go to the bank and say, give me 800,000. And then he's going to pay back the company. He's going to pay back Pear Street, which in turn pays you back and gets you your money back. And he's projecting to do that in 24 months. So great question, Aisha. I hope that answered your question. So that's super dope, super powerful, right? So there you go. I hope that helps. That was good. That was a lot. That was a lot, but I was trying to answer her question as thoroughly as possible because that's what you got to do, Aisha. You got to really deep dive with it. Bro, you taught me about something earlier this year. It was called, and it was a unique way to build up my credit. Can you talk about it for a second?
Okay. Yes. So, me and my family, we were trying to look into ways to help my son, who, he left the home and he was trying to do things on his own, which we were allowing him to. So one of the things we were trying to get him to do was save money and build credit. Right. So we looked it up and we found what's called selflender.com, right? So right. Selflender, it provides a way for you to both build credit and save money, which I thought was perfect. So basically, you make an agreed upon payment on what looks like an installment loan on your credit, right? You make the payment every month just like you would on anything else. At the end of the term of the loan, mind you, it's been appearing on your credit like 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, or whatever, like you've been making good payments. So your credit score increases and you create a credit history. At the end of the agreed upon time frame, that money comes back to you. So it's a savings account that looks like a loan that you've been making really good payments on. And I think it kills two birds with one stone, and I really like it.
Love that. Love that. So yeah, Selflender, y'all. Selflender. Here's an app. If you were looking, again, if you're sitting on capital, if you're sitting on money and you're looking to, a lot of people say they want to repair their credit. They want to build their credit up. Well, here's a diagram. It shows on the website. 35% of your credit score is comprised of payment history. And so Selflender speaks to that. So like my big bro said, you apply for a loan. It's a loan, right, that they don't do anything with. So they're not borrowing, they're not lending it out to anybody. It's a loan that you're going to make monthly payments on. And as you make those monthly payments go into a CD that the company holds for you. And so the company is reporting every single month those on time or early payments, building up your credit score. And at the end of the term, you're going to get all your money back, right? And now what you end up with is a CD with $1,000 in it, and then you end up with a 12-month to 24-month good credit history. And so that's a powerful tool. So that's huge, right? So big shout out to my bro for that. He taught me that. Him and his family taught me that. So that's huge, right? That's what we need in this kind of economy. So big help. That's a big help.
Now there's one other credit building. It's a small tip, but I think people need to know about it because you really don't think about it. But like a lot of people trying to build credit, they get frustrated because they can't get off the top. They just can't get a big credit line. Which, I mean, if you were a bank, I don't know you. Why would I give you $10,000 and there's no history of anything? right? So don't take it personal. Go ahead and take the little 250, the little $500 credit line, but don't. A lot of people don't like to use the cards, which it doesn't help you at all. You're not building a history. Go ahead and maybe use it for gas. When you go out to eat or something, make small purchases on it to keep the card active, and then pay the balance off by the due date. Do that for 6 months, and you got to think like the bank. So the bank just gave you this money. This person really isn't using it, but they pay on time.
Yep.
So now let me see what's gonna happen if I give him him or her a little bit more money. Maybe I could finally get some interest off of this guy. You know, so they increase your credit, and then you do that for a year,
Right.
a little more, and then you build. You know, but with building credit, sometimes you need patience. That's just one thing that I learned also, and so thought I'd share.
No, thank you for that. That's huge. Thank you for that. That's huge. We need to hear stuff like that. We need to know, right? It's a patience, a waiting game, right? You have to be very, very patient. We have one quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. See you guys soon.
Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level, Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, well, some, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey y'all, this is Marcus Norman, a Gentleman Style Podcast Show, and we have the incredible Jah-malie Douglas. This is my big brother, y'all. He is a phenomenal man, and we are just tuning in and giving back and sharing. I hope this is serving you. Hey Danielle, what's going on, girl? What's up? But thank you all for tuning in. This is a powerful show. Any last final words that you want to leave with the audience, big bro? Any tips, tricks, anything that you kind of learned in this season of pandemic that you want to share?
I would just say, first, remember to pay yourself. Just like I learned with Rich Dad Poor Dad, always remember to pay yourself first. Put it in savings, or it's okay to treat yourself every so often. So
Facts.
Be patient with whatever you're trying to do. Give yourself time. Don't feel rushed or whatever. Investing usually does take time, especially when you put your money into something and it needs time to grow. That's what an investment is. The same way you would invest in your family, in your home, in your car, whatever. You invest time in your job, invest time in retirement, invest time in you, in your future.
Facts. Big facts, y'all. That's super dope. And that's true, right? We have to invest in ourselves. Sometimes it's okay to invest in yourself. You are the best investment there is, right? If you've heard nothing else this entire show, if those investment things that my brother and I brought up, if they don't interest you, take time and invest in yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. So that's so true. A nugget that I would give, man, bro, you cheated. You took it from me, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is the problem with you talking beforehand, right? You kind of brainstorming, you mastermind before the show, and then he like said what I would have said. Like, but we family, so it's all good. So it's
But
the
there's
same.
more. I'm sure there's more. You got something else in that big brain. Come on now.
A nugget that I would leave you guys. In this pandemic, right? Focus on what's important, right? Focus on, you know what you know. One of the things I used to do is I always used to compare myself to somebody else. And I used to kind of like look at other people and say, wow, I'm falling behind. This dude owns a home, or this girl owns a home and I don't own a home. Or this person is driving a Lamborghini and this person over here is driving a Range Rover. I'm still driving whatever, a Neo Prism or whatever the case may be. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, because one of the biggest things I learned is that life is a big test, and you can't win at life cheating off of someone else's test. That test is made specifically for them. And so look at what your test is, focus on what you're doing, because that is designed for you, no one else, and you're the only one that can see it. And so your timing is predestined, and your timing is your timing. So work on yourself and work at what you're doing. Don't try and cheat off anybody's test. So that's what I would say.
Eyes on your own paper. I love that. That's what's up.
Eyes on your own test, eyes on your own problems of your own life. I hope this message has served you all. This is my incredible brother. I love him. Keep vibing out. We jamming, y'all. I hope this message has served you. I hope this message has helped, and I hope you learned something today. If you are ever needing inspiration, my brother is the truth, y'all. He is the truth, and he gonna tell you exactly what you don't want to hear, but you need it anyway. And if you ever need some motivation and encouragement after you get done talking to my brother, come see me. And I'll help you get your spirits back up. Like I always end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and take care of business. This is Marcus Norman and Gentleman Style Podcast Show, signing off. We love you guys.